tough guys.
Dave is tough as they come. Really good fighter, and Lombardo is a monster. So this is going to be an interesting fight.
This will be a good scrap. There you see David Mundell with his team. Will be fighting at 185 tonight.
Here comes big Mike Lombardo. Oh, I'm sorry, David Mundell. Now here comes Lombardo. Lombardo actually fought in his last fight one of my guys. And it was a really exciting fight. Very close decision.
Who did he scrap with?
He fought John Garcia from my school, who I am incredibly high on. John is also one of the top 85 prospects, and they had an amazing fight that really should have taken place in the UFC down the road. And it was a razor close fight. Could have gone either way. It went to Lombardo that time.
So the redneck already inside the cage, waiting to face Lombardo, who is getting his final equipment check. David Mundell is 26 years old, fights out of Dunedin under the tutelage of Jeff Bailey.
That's just one of our black belts.
Very nice. Yeah. Team Gracie. How many schools you got going on now, Rob Kahn?
We have about 6 or 7 affiliates in the Tampa area, Tampa, St. Pete area.
You not only learned jiu-jitsu from the Gracie family, but you learned the business side too. The business side. All right, let's see how these guys match up on paper at 185. Mike Lombardo, the 27-year-old, has the height advantage for sure, but no reach advantage, even though he has a 4-inch height differential over David Mundell. Actually, Mundell has the reach advantage nonetheless, so this will be a very interesting fight. It's time to get this started. Let's go up to one of the best in the business, and I'm, of course, talking about none other than Mr. Christopher James.
Wear it, live it, and Southern Tire Company, serving Tampa for over 50 years. This bout takes place in the V3 middleweight division and is scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds. And now, let's meet our fighters. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the Alliance MMA, blue corner. Standing 5 feet 9 inches tall, he weighed in 188.8 pounds. Tonight he brings into the cage a record of 6 wins and 3 defeats. Representing Gracie Clearwater and fighting out of Brandon, Florida, please welcome David the Redneck Mundell. And his opponent, fighting out of the Alliance MMA red corner. Standing 5 feet 11 inches tall, he weighed in 187.4 pounds. Tonight, he brings into the cage a perfect record of 3 wins and no defeats. Representing American Top Team and fighting out of Jupiter, Florida, please welcome Mike Lombardo. And when the action starts and the cage door closes, your referee, Josh Rutgers.
Yeah, Lombardo has a good, well-balanced winning streak. He's got 3-0. His one was by TKO, and 2 by decision. So he can grind and he can also finish.
Yeah, his fight with John from my school, John Garcia, was an absolute war. And from what I understand, Lombardo has this situation where he trains full-time. That is his job. That's his career. He trains full-time.
Just 27 years old, and yeah, you can tell he's a specimen. Oh, it's the big, heavy hands of the redneck, David Mundell, against the specimen, Mike Lombardo. This is going to be a real interesting fight.
I've heard from my friends at American Top Team that they are incredibly high on Lombardo.
That's high praise indeed. Lombardo in the red and black trimmed trunks. Mundell in the black board shorts.
Yeah, Mundell is just a warrior. There's no doubt about it.
Big, thick dude. Heavy hands. Heavy hands. David Mundell will put you to sleep if you're not careful.
Or choke you to sleep.
Yep. It's just strong. Just a monster.
Nice short left hand. That southpaw style sometimes throws people off. Just kind of feeling each other out.
Yeah, we would be much more well advised for him to start cutting angles and start cutting that ring off instead of, you know, chasing him down.
Just following him.
Yeah, exactly.
Nice. Definitely feeling much more of a feeling out period so far than the fights we've had thus far. They've been right at it so far.
Yeah,
tonight.
you know, it's funny. Like, the game has gotten real serious. Ever since Connor started making big money, the game's gotten really serious. Everybody, like, even, you know, early in their careers, they're like, all right, who am I fighting? Okay, what's his record? I don't know. And when you finally get a fighter to agree to fight, you can see a big feeling out process these days. It's just the sport's gone mainstream. There's big money now at stake. It wasn't like the old days that you're talking about Liddell. You know, you just go in and throw.
Yep.
And you're seeing that in the UFC these days too. You're seeing these guys fighting not to lose, and you know Dana's gonna have to work. He's gonna have to work on that because he is getting some boring fights. Up, shooting the single.
Nice. Oh, he's got deep. He's got deep
Under the
guillotine,
chin.
Except he doesn't have his legs closed. It's going to be hard to finish with that without that leg wrapped around.
And Lombardo grabbed the left leg of Mundell too because he knew he couldn't let that left leg go around.
It's possible to finish here, but it's tough. He's really got to get that leg out.
Lombardo wants to what? Stack him, get up high.
Yeah, he's got to get his shoulder into Mundell's chest, take the pressure off, and I think he just did that. You could see from his face the pressure just eased up a bit.
He started moving his chin around. The color went back into his face too.
And Mundell's got to be careful not to burn all his energy out trying to squeeze this guillotine, because if it doesn't work, you're exhausted.
Yeah, it's a tough call to make.
Full body movement. Oh,
whoa.
Now things just go up.
Good scramble. Wow.
Nice.
Great scramble from Lombardo to get out of that.
Yeah.
Because Mundell knows how to finish that submission. Grab the cage.
Grab.
Rutgers does not like that. Big yell from Rutgers.
No, that's one of the few things that can get you disqualified right off the bat.
That's a real flagrant one. That actually stopped a takedown.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I mean, you just lose all your momentum with the takedown when they grab it like that.
Lombardo trying to change levels. His corner's calling for the single.
It's hard to, when you're getting taken down, though. It's hard for your brain just reaches for something.
Right. Trying to kick the legs out, going for the sweep. Changing levels, and again, now going for the double. I love this. This is great. Oh, look at this.
Nice.
Oh, but he almost went back in that choke again.
He is back in that choke. Mundell gets his leg out. He's in trouble.
Lombardo gets out. Nice job there.
Mundell's got to be moving his hips more. It's going to turn into him. There he goes. Nice. To close that guard, he's going to get jumped right over again.
You just tuned in, Jay Adams alongside Rob Kahn. You are watching B3 fights from Tampa Bay, Florida. Already an awesome card. Plenty of really good fights coming up. You're definitely going to want to stay tuned. You are watching a great matchup right now between the middleweights, David Mundell and Mike Lombardo. Lombardo on top, trying to get out of guard, trying to posture up and punish Mundell. Mundell trying to keep him in close and keep him honest.
Mundell's got to be careful about keeping his head against the cage. He really loses his offense from the bottom, and your head's against the cage like that. He's got to push off that cage. Because if you're Lombardo, you could take much more chances now because you know he can't throw up any submissions at this point.
Right. Final 10 seconds of the opening round here. I already feel like we're in round 3. These guys have had such a war.
Oh.
Good scrap.
Good scrap.
Interesting round to score because, you know, you had Mundell with a couple of sub attempts, but you had Lombardo doing all the taking down. So how would you score it?
It's close. I just think the 2 sub attempts were close enough that you have to give it to Mundell. A very close round, but it, again, could have gone either way. I saw Mundell winning that round, though.
And we're going to watch that flagrant grabbing of the fence here. There it is right there, and that literally stopped the takedown. And Rutgers was not happy with that. I guarantee if he does it again, he'll at least lose a point.
Well, and then you think about what that would have done to the scoring, because then he would have had submission attempts and a takedown.
Right, right. It's almost like it's worth it to do it once, you know, and get the warning. It's like when I watch boxing, I go absolutely mad. Someone will foul someone over and over and over again, and the ref always looks at him like, you're not making me happy. You're not making me happy. In boxing, it takes so much to lose a point.
Oh, I know.
You might as well foul 6 times. You might as well do a groin strike.
Oh, and the rule of thumb is in boxing, you get hit in the groin, you throw one right back.
Exactly. Exactly. Got to even the tables. Round number 2 here. Very close first round. Very interesting first round. Lombardo was kind of the matador, and Mundell more the bull.
I think Lombardo's a little bit off, taken aback by the southpaw style. I don't think he's super comfortable with it.
Throwing him off a little bit, especially in his approach. You can see he's tentative in closing the distance.
Nice.
Which is smart.
Sneaky right hand.
He should be concerned about that right hand. And he should be concerned about the left hand. Yeah, that's right.
Nobody likes fronting southpaws. Even southpaws don't like fronting southpaws.
Right. So far, Lombardo's done a good job of keeping his right hand up nice and high. The only time he lets it down is when he's on his bicycle and he's out of distance. He looks good on his feet.
Nice.
Good takedown defense,
Really
Mundell.
nice from Mundell.
Yeah, got the underhook, stuffed it. He's really good at making him. Look at the tree trunks of thighs he's got, man.
Yeah.
When all your weight is below your waist like that, it's so much harder.
I believe Mundell took this fight on short notice, and he came in a little bit heavy because he took it on short notice.
How much did they give him? Did they let him come in over?
Yeah, I think they said he weighed in at 189.
Wow, substantial. Was he? Do you know if he was financially penalized?
I don't know. But again, I know he took it on. I think he took it on a pretty short notice deal.
If I'm a fighter and someone steps up for me, takes a fight on short notice for me, I'm not gonna like then punish him, right? Yeah.
And there's, you know, obviously he's not conditioning the way he would be for a fight.
So far, no signs of that. So far, looking good, breathing through the nose in between rounds.
But these type of fights, these clinch wars, they really do take a toll on your cardio, and you know it starts paying dividends later on in the fight.
Right. You know Lombardo's not going to gas. I mean, he
doesn't gas.
You look at him, you know.
He doesn't gas.
Yeah.
The war he had with John Garcia, those two guys put on a show, and he was still ready to go right at the end of the 3rd round.
Wow.
So was Garcia, though. But
good scrap so far. This has been a lot more grappling, and like you say, it's a bit of a chess match, and this will wear you down, man. This right here is, people don't realize when you start hearing the boo birds, they drive you nuts.
Yeah, because
they don't get what's going on inside.
Burning. Every muscle in their body right now is being flexed and being taxed. Nice takedown.
Yeah, Mundell, nice takedown into side control. If he can pop that head out, things could get really rough for Lombardo.
You let him hook him in the half guard.
Trying to get that left leg free, looking to take the mount.
Sometimes that half guard, you know, people want to get out of side mount and go to half guard. Sometimes that's not the best idea because it keeps you from being able to get back up.
What would you do if you were Lombardo right now?
If I'm Lombardo with my head against the fence
like that.
Is that a
shoulder punch or it was a shoulder punch from Mundell? Okay. A little Anderson Silva action there.
you got to get your head off the fence, first of all. Oh, he's locking in an arm triangle from the bottom.
Wow.
Not a lot of leverage there, especially with a moose like Mundell on top of you. But he's got to either get his bottom leg free and come back to guard, or push off the cage and get his head off the cage.
Doing a good job at least in not taking any damage. You know, and Mundell's trying to posture up, but Lombardo's doing a good job. He's trying to compose the guard again. He's doing a good job of preventing Mundell from posturing up.
He is.
Even when he postures up, see how he gets in tight? Really, really good work.
Yeah, you're very good. Very polished bottom down.
It's not going to win the fight, but at least he's not taking damage.
Mundell should be using that shoulder, putting pressure on his face a little bit more, making him turn. That shoulder can turn him into the cage and make all types of problems for him.
Just about 30 seconds to go here in round number 2. Another scrap, but this one a little bit easier. I'd have to tilt it towards Mundell, as he's taking the fight to Lombardo.
He's definitely gotten this round. But again, I sound like a broken record, but he's got to step that foot up in the half guard. He gives himself so many more options.
10 seconds to go in round number 2. And Lombardo smartly does not want to end the round on the ground on his back. He knows that's the last thing the judges see when they're filling out their scorecards is you on your back.
Yeah.
You know, that was very smart of him to get up. I don't think it's going to pull it off for him, but at least he tried.
He's a very smart fighter, Lombardo, in terms of scoring and with the judges. Very, very smart.
Don't forget, folks, we still have Sebastian Angel and Abdiel. The Nightmare Velasquez will be squaring off in the bantamweight division.
That's
going to be a really, really good fight. Rashawn Spencer will be fighting Reggie Pena. Reggie's always fun whenever he comes.
Reggie's never in a bad fight.
Never in a bad fight. The regulator. And, of course, our main event, Billy Quarantillo against Eric Reynolds. Here's some action from the second round. We're going to get another look at the takedown.
Gets under it, takes him down, takes.
And, you know, most importantly, Rob, Mundell was not only able to get the takedowns, but he was able to maintain the takedown and maintain top position. So this could be 2 rounds to nothing for the Redneck.
Yes, very impressive from Mundell. I mean, Lombard is no joke. He's probably a fight or 2 away from the UFC.
And here's Mondello, maybe up 2 rounds to nothing at the very least in a dead heat with the undefeated Mike Lombardo.
Nice. Nice
left hand.
Beautiful left hand. And he's got him got that guillotine again. Mundell likes that guillotine.
Mundell very composed, looking over to his corner for advice. Very relaxed. That's the experience right there. You know, this is his 10th professional fight, and that's the experience. When you're able to look up, you're not panicking. Oh, nice takedown for Lombardo.
Very nice scramble from Mundell to get on top, though. Wow, that was nice. He's trying to lock in a Darce choke from underneath, which is not easy to do. It's possible, but it's not easy to do.
Mundell putting himself back on the map here with this fight against the much anticipated Mike Lombardo. Like as you said, he's 1 or 2 fights out of a top brand. UFC, Bellator, 1. He could find himself in any of the top brands.
That scramble was by Mundell was so impressive.
Falling into the half guard now, and now passing, looking to pass guard into side control now for the Redneck.
He turned a perfect clean takedown to side mount into a reversal in a split second. That was really nice.
Amazing for a big guy like that.
Get that on replay.
Looks like Lombardo's going for the Kimura.
Yeah, he was working.
Tough.
Harder to get the Kimura from the half guard. Now he's got him in the Gravata. Or Gravata is basically a guillotine when your arm is caught inside. He's switching to an underhook. Why are they breaking him?
A point.
Oh, wow.
trying to tell from
gotta be a
referee
cage.
Josh Ruckers what it was. It was probably grabbing the cage.
Probably grabbed the cage.
We knew that was going to happen because of the flagrant first time he did it in round number 1.
Wow, that point is gigantic.
Gigantic, because if he did win the first round, that swings the fight.
That swings the fight because he's losing this round.
Right. Now, he was emphatically warned by Josh Ruckers the first time he did it, and he didn't complain.
I'll tell you, in the rules meetings, for these shows, they are very, very, very clear about fence grabbing and about how serious they take it. They tell you it is one of the few fouls that you can get disqualified on your first offense.
Wow. Well, for all the reasons outlined earlier, it's way too costly to the fighter who didn't grab the cage.
Did you see Lombardo just reached to grab the fence and he thought about it, took his hand away?
And he's going to get another point, or he might get disqualified.
Oh, wow.
Hit in the back of the head.
Oh, I didn't see that. So this is a 10-8 round now.
Judge. Hard to tell what that second point deduction was for. I did see Josh rub the back of his head.
Just so we could be clear here, if Mundell wins this round, it becomes a 10-7 round.
Right. It's already a 10-8.
So if he loses the round,
well,
it's a 9-8. He wins at 9-8. Even if he loses the round, he still wins at 9-8 right now.
He has to be finished here for Lombardo to win this fight.
So yeah, because Mundell's winning the round, so he basically has the fight won on this round alone because he won 3 points in this round.
Exactly right. It doesn't even matter.
He could have lost the first two rounds. Doesn't
That's
even
right.
matter at this
That's
point.
right.
It's totally academic.
Time ticking away here in the fight. Lombardo has to finish Mundell.
If somehow, again, the first two might have been split, but if somehow Mundell did win the first 2 rounds, then this score is going to be one of the most lopsided scores ever.
He's running up the score. All right, thank you so much. An outstanding truck here tonight. They just informed me that it was indeed a punch to the back of the head that incurred the second point deduction from referee Josh Ruckers. And, Josh does not take any nonsense in his cage.
And, now you're thinking if you're Lombardo, you're really a hair's breadth away from being disqualified. So you got to be careful in everything you do.
Right. Just finish up the fight.
An inadvertent punch to the back of the head, something.
Right.
You wind up getting a DQ.
He's going for the ankle. Too little, too late.
Wow,
Good
great fight.
I
think Mundell won it without the point deductions.
Yeah.
I don't think he needed them. I think it was academic.
We're going to take a look at the inadvertent punch to the back of the head that Mike Lombardo hit David Mundell with, and here it is right there. And boom, right there, back of the neck.
Yeah.
Back of the neck.
A couple times.
Yeah, that's you are not allowed to punch your opponent anywhere in the neck, but in the back of the neck, that is taken extremely seriously.
You can't get it.
You trying to talk to the redneck?
Yeah.
Let's bring the redneck over here.
Redneck, baby.
Good scrap. David Mundell, boy, taking out a top prospect. And this is your heritage, Rob.
Yes.
Matt Arroyo, one of your top students.
He actually trains with Jeff Belly over at Clearwater. Dave. Good job, brother.
Be interesting to see
That's what we're talking about.
how the judges score this one. Be interesting to see how the judges scored, what the number is. Like you said, Mundell may have run up the score here.
I hope they give the numbers out. I'd be interested to hear it. It could be 30-25.
Phew. Lombardo being a good sport, going over to congratulate David Mundell. You know he can't feel good. This is not how he anticipated his fourth fight going.
It's either 30-25 or 29-26.
All right, time to make this one official. Let's go cage side. Christopher James.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of action inside the V3 cage, we go to the judges for a decision. Everybody make some noise for both fighters inside the cage. All 3 judges score the bout exactly the same, 29-26. For your winner, by unanimous decision, David the Redneck Mundell.
Well, just like you said, that's a blowout in a 3-round fight.
Well, it was academic.
Oh, yeah?
Because it would have been 29-28.
Don't pump fiction on me.